Good afternoon. Welcome back to True Blue Tide. Welcome back to Thailand. So recap. Hope you doing well. For instance, it's one atit Sunday here in Thailand, and knowing that it's Sunday, for instance, it's the game after the day after yesterday's 5-2 victory, for instance, for our ladies, for instance, and the final game of the season, for instance, and we went out with a bang, and good to see. But it didn't start out that way. But before I get in that, let's go back to say welcome back to Thailand. If you don't know me, I'm True Blue Typhons. I live in Thailand and I've been here for a while. Let's go back. I'm a big Man City fan. I follow the men, follow the ladies, follow the kids, etc. For instance, everything Man City. I miss Man City big time, and yeah, so for instance, so if you like to listen to anything Daily Man City, because they do this every single day, do a separate, for instance, a podcast to the men and to the ladies, and this is my review of the Crystal Palace Man City game yesterday. Just before, I hope you're doing well. For instance, we've got it's about. But just a bit cooler today, for instance. It's been quite hot here in Thailand the last few days, and as we head to the rainy season, it's been fairly rainy for the last few days, etc. But last night we had a hell of a storm, and I lost one of my plants. But we have a big mango trees, and with a big square here, for instance. And I kindly, for instance, brush the leaves. We get these mangoes from, here's one of them here, lovely, a lovely taste, and absolutely gorgeous and massive. And like there's pomegranate trees, we've got banana trees. That's the best thing about living in Thailand. You got all this, you eat so healthy. And again, just go out, boop, there we go. I got at least 20 of these in my refrigerator. But yeah, they're absolutely lovely, and I'm living off them at the moment. Mango sticky rice, and very famous dessert. But lovely. Anyway, so I brushed the leaves, and it took me about 2 hours to do yesterday. And then we had this massive storm, and then for instance, just had to do the same thing again today, and we had about 30-40 mango drop last night, and boom, 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 boom. So very fun. So so I just had to go out and do it again. So before I did the video, etc., I just went out and did that. So it's all finished now, all nice and clean. Just waiting for the next rainstorm. But I don't know, it was a hell of a, it's very rarely we just get the rain and the thunder and lightning, don't get the wind and the rain, even knocked a plant off. Yes, Mr. Frog, I hope you're doing well. We have a pipe, and there's a frog stuck in it, and every so often he'll go whap, whap. So anyway, sorry, I'm just getting a bit mad. Anyway, so for instance, we played yesterday against Crystal Palace, team also been relegated, which was quite weird because the men are also playing a team against Southampton, for instance. But two teams we should be winning, and for instance, and not always nothing goes according to plan. So while the men lick the wounds, at least the women, for instance, have actually came out. For instance, actually got stuck in and found a way, to win. But congratulations to you guys. But so for instance, it was a bit of a shock to go 1-0 down, and then in the first 4 minutes. For instance, but again, it's football, and again, just because they're saying, you've got Man United, and Spurs in the Europa Leagues, Europe's second best league or best trophy, for instance, and they're both in the 15th and 16th in the Premier League. Come on. So, for instance, but you can never, unless a game. Get away from my leg, flies. No, unless a game is actually won, then you can actually say, for instance. But so a lot of this pep out at the moment, and a lot of very upset Man City fans this morning, who's supporting the men. But for instance, it's football, and again, and it's not done till it's done, and just because the team's relegated doesn't mean it's, and they, Southampton had a point to prove. They had to get 1 point, so they're not as worse as Derby. And I'm sure Crystal Palace, they just want to come out and finished the season on a high. So, and to a credit, what's the golden credit the goalkeeper? They did but our ladies stuck to the task and actually won the game. So let's just go for the side. So we start with Keating in goal, Kaspari, Pryor, Knack, Greenwood, Captain Harris, Hasegawa, Alexandri, Coombs, Rue came for her on the 46th minute. Park, Regino came on her for the 46th minute. Hemp, Blinken Brown came on for the 68th minute, and Caroline Nickel. Okay, so and we have subs Annette, Lazel, Woodruff, Ozami, Thomas, and Murphy. Still not back to our full complement of players, but it was good. But we played. We should have enough to beat Palace. You'd think. Anyway, so going 1-0 down after 4 minutes. And after we started off well, but for instance, and it was crazy. What's good? Yeah. Once finish, Nick Kitchen wanted to say, let's finish the game on a high. But the Blues almost delivered 2 minutes in when Leila Alexandra headed from a corner, flashed just wide of the post, and you think, right, okay, this is where it's going to go today. But the visitors were taking early lead when City were caught in possession inside our own half and punished by Worden's clinical finish inside the area. So offenses, but so it was like what? But big up to them. For instance, they stole the ball and they danced through and passed into to make it 1-0. It also could have been 2. For Palace soon after, when the ball was cut back to the edge of the City's box, but Molly May McSharp side-footed the wrong side of the post when Keating was stranded. So that was a shock and a half. It was a lacklustre performance from City, but we drew ourselves level in the early in the moment with individual brilliance from Karen Nickel. And so, to me, she's really improving me. Every time she gets on the ball, for instance, she always looks like she's going to score. I think she's settled really well at City, for instance, and she's going to be an absolute star. We really got to think, whatever contract she got on, she's got to keep her because she is so sharp. And every time she plays, etc., she impresses me. Caroline Nickel. The Brazilian tendency saw her to the first poor Crystal Palace clearance, and after that taking a touch to steady herself in the forward, rifled an unstoppable drive into the top corner of the post. So that was brilliant. So that made it 1-1. The strike pulled City to life with Lauren Hemp looping an effort onto the roof of the net. Soon after, a tight angle as we look to make the momentum count. So at that time, we were, for instance, and you thought, right, City's woken up here. Kaspari already enjoying herself. Best goal scoring of the season was next to threaten the Palace goal as she was met searching an Alex Greenwood cross as the far post, but the effort was wide of the mark. For instance, and the Dutchman international went even closer moments later when her cross almost snuck into the far post with Shea Yantic scrambling. That woman, that woman, wow, what a second half she put off. The amount of saves that she saved was amazing, especially in the second half. It should have been in close to double figures, for instance, the Palace shot came to the rescue for the visitors again as the game ticked over to the hour mark, diving at the feet of Jess Park to keep the score level when the midfielder looked look destined to tap home. There you go. For instance, all City had been in control heading towards the break, but the visitors again regained their lead on a run out of the runner play when Stengel raced onto a ball in the behind and cut back for Gel. The midfield made no mistakes with a side foot finish, sending the visitors already at the ahead of the break. It was like, what the hell? I was like, couldn't believe it, I had the thunderstorm outside, crashing and the lightning and uh, mangoes falling off the tree every couple of seconds. And what's it called? Then I was watching what's it called? City getting beaten by a relegated side at home. And I thought, oh my god, considering the City season we've had, I thought, yeah, I was just shocked, absolutely shocked. Nick Cushy made two changes after the break when Rude and Fujino introduced from the bench, and it looked like the former had set up the equaliser. Former had take up the equaliser inside 30 seconds as she entered the fray. The Dutch international played a perfect wetted ball in behind Lauren Hem, who was found in the far corner, only to be called off. I thought it was very, very. We don't have VAR or so on in the WSL etc. For instance, but I thought that was very close. I only saw one angle, but I thought that was very close. But there you go. Rude was looking again sharp and focused fine save out of Janssen soon after seeing her effort tipped onto the near post. But the Palace still posed a threat on the other hand, with Keating make a fine double save to deny single after she was sent down through the goal, on goal, and the following passage play. The ongoing battle between Rude and Yangtze continued apace, though with the midfielder heading just wide after the mark after the fellow substitution Virginio had got to the byline. It looked like we grabbed an equaliser on the hour when Hemplow ball in off the left was met by Caroline Nicole as she fired straight at Jamazek with the goal gaping. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Janicic made another excellent save from the Brazilian. I thought to me it was like he was getting to a point between Caroline and Jantic, who was like, yeah. But from the Brazilian, soon after, but she could do nothing to prevent Ruby from smashing into an empty net for the leveller. Okay, and I thought that was it. Now 2-2. Come on, City, let's go for the win. After the game turned on its head soon after with a towering Canat header squirming in the bottom corner from the Hems cross to give us the lead. So yes, beautiful. City were starting to turn the screws, and it could have been 4 with around 20 minutes to play when Janzik again had tipped to Kaspari cross away from the danger before getting down well to deflect a Laura Blinken Brown effort. She was playing like it was all the got to depending on it. It's incredible how players turn up in certain games. Karolina was denied by the goal-saving block soon after before Janzik pulled off another smart save to deny Rude, but Palace were beginning to tire in the Josie Stadium heat. Yeah, it was a lovely sunny day. What was it, 10 degrees? 30 here, mate, 30, 40 sometimes. And the fourth would eventually arrive in the 87th minute when Kerry Lineker raced the ball. Lovely ball through that from Fujino. On the ball behind the visiting dancing defence and confidently slotted past Jenzik. Yeah, fantastic. That was my favourite goal, that. The Brazilian could have been a hat-trick later on where the curling effort flew just on the wrong side of the post before Canact headed home for full time. Yeah. So brilliant, absolutely superb to make it 5-2. I think we say if it wasn't for that goalkeeper, big up to her. Well done. Was a goal, but we could have been close to getting double figures then. Yeah. So how the hell? Yeah. Well, if she's been like that for the entire season, ooh, dear me. Anyway, man of the match got Yui Hawazaki, and also she got player of the season. Well done, player of the season. So well done for you guys. Look really, really chuffed and happy. Bunny Shaw, she got what's it called? The bunny. She got the goal of the season. So golden boot. So that was excellent for her. When it meant City, we finished 4th position, guaranteed ahead of on 43 points. Finished outside yeah, 1 point above short of the Champions League. What a shame. We ended up 1 point outside the top three and 15 ahead of Brighton, fourth place Brighton. Yeah, but yes, what a shame. It was what was her name? Leila Alexandri's last game. So big up to her. For instance, she's going off to Barcelona. For instance, got some nice flowers. But overall, yeah, we did. Again, for instance, it was this season. You could say that it was all down to injuries. We've had a hell of a lot of injuries. I think the FA Cup semi-final against the Rags at the Joise Stadium, where you got 11 players on the bench and, for instance, injured, not on the bench, in the stands, injured, and you saw that row of people, for instance, and then, for instance, and then you had Mary Fowler doing her ACL. So it was very disappointing. Again, for instance, the 4 games against Chelsea, for instance, and leading up to we've beaten Barcelona, for instance, we've played well, but the injuries started mounting up. And losing Bunny Shaw, for instance, and against Chelsea, even though we were the better team, we were the better team. To me, I thought we were the better team in the League Cup final. We won the first header of the Champions League, for instance, which was deserved. And the again, for instance, but with losing Bunny Shaw, losing a captain, etc., for instance, and we were always going to be on the back foot, for instance, against a very, very strong Chelsea side. Thank God they got their comeuppance against Barcelona. For instance, can't beat everybody can beat Barcelona, Chelsea, and so yeah. But and I thought we were. Without all our squad players back, etc., we would have been up there easy. For instance, but it's like the men's team. Injuries have been course of the season, which is disappointing, really, because I thought we played well. A good side. What do we do in the summer? Do we buy a load of players? Do we buy extra players? Who can tell? Maybe if we do it, we won't have that many injuries, but you just don't know. If we're going to try and charge for we've got to replace Layla. We've also, but yeah, we just get basically. I think we do need got to find out whether Nick Cushing is going to stay. Who's is going to be his sub as well. I just find that yeah. So for instance, we've got just got a lot of thinking to do. For instance, and we've got to get the manager who's staying, who's going. I prefer Nick to stay for another season. For instance, but yeah, it's like it's going to be difficult. It's do we go for a bigger squad? But then again, you've got disgruntled players not playing, just like the first team in the men's team. Yeah, so we'll see. Nick Cushing and Alexandri. I've watched the team from afar over the last few years, and Layla has been really important player since I've been here. She's been an incredible person, a professional, and obvious, and a high quality player. So yeah, so good luck to them. So Nick Cushing, we were with the next important player, and we have to do that again. Yeah, sorry. But uh, Nick Cushing, reflecting on the game, we knew it was going to be difficult today. We had a huge desire to deliver performance and play well and give the fans a win they deserved. Leave the season and a really positive feeling, which we did. Mm. Um, I'm proud of the way the game ended. Last 35 minutes were an example of the standard we set ourselves. Although we could have scored more, we created a lot of chances and we won the game. Bowen Hemp and Lauren Hemp both winning awards despite being injured. Lauren Hemp registered as the most assist player in what's called in the WSL, and of course Bunny winning the Golden Boot. So we do have accolades to be proud of. Yeah, and to winning for still got a very good nucleus, a very good squad, and we can. I think we can, with a few additions. I don't think so. We need a massive addition, just and just kindness on the injury front. I don't think we've had a season like it. I think the men hasn't had a season like it. And both of the seasons, you could say, could put down to injuries. Losing key important players. Rodri for the men, captain, for instance, for the City, Bunny Shaw. I could go with Lauren Hemp. For instance, so many players we lost. So, but it's something we're just going to have to think about what's good for the season. But big up to the ladies. Well on to the, and coming back to win yesterday, for instance, made me feel proud. And then I was continuing on to the men and think, right, got another relegated team, Southampton. Let's do it. Let's do a double. And then, couldn't get it over the line. So the men should be watching what the ladies are doing and get more grip and determination and move the ball a bit quicker. Anyway, so I'm going to enjoy my mamu, as they call them over here, mango, mamu, and for instance, contemplate, for instance, and we'll look forward to a new season. Looks like the World Cup is going to be expanded from, it's gone up to 43 teams now. It's going to be in the UK, so next time. Let's see. We've got a lot of work to do during the mid-season. We've got that W7s coming up soon. I'll be looking forward to that. I'll make a talk about doing the reports on that. It's only for a few days, but it's the first time it's happened. But it's another coup for the ladies' game. But we live and learn. For instance, and if we can get our injuries and get a better look on our sides, for instance, we can definitely do something next season. So we want to have the Champions League to think about, but at least we can rest players and get players back and then focus on the competitions that we're in and do well in. So I've got every confidence the Man City's women can get it back to winning ways and get back into winning the trophies which we deserve. Anyway, so Soda Cat from Thailand. I'll speak to you soon, and have a good day and take care. Like and subscribe. Tell me what you think. Were you happy about our season? Were you unhappy? Who's your player of the season? Was it Hasegawa, for instance? And what do you think we need for the new season? Should we keep Nick or shall we look for new players? Or for instance, and how many new players we need to buy? Anyway, lots to discuss. Anyway, take care. Have a good day. Sorry, Cat from Thailand. Happy Mother's Day, the UK, and I'll speak to you soon. Take care.